Hello, welcome to FHE on the Road with Christine Stevenson. This podcast is designed to connect the people and the places from the past with your lives today, with 5-minute stories and facts from church history. Save these stories for when you are traveling through these areas to bring history to life. Okay, welcome back to FHE on the Road with Christine. Today we're going to go over Joseph Smith's Kirtland, Ohio accomplishments. So I'm going to do a couple recordings of these different things because they're amazing. I can't believe how much happened in Kirtland, Ohio. I had no idea. I feel like I should have known and I didn't know. So all of these next couple podcasts, they all come out of the book Joseph Smith's Kirtland, Eyewitness Accounts of Carl Ricks Anderson. I feel like when studying Kirtland, Ohio, his 2 books have been eye-opening to me. They have been awesome. So if you're interested in more information, I definitely recommend reading those 2 books. These are Joseph Smith's Kirtland, Ohio accomplishments. It is crazy how much Joseph Smith learned and grew during that time. And there was extraordinary growth in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints during the Kirtland era. There were so many people joining the church. It was crazy. The prophet Joseph Smith grew so much during that time also. He grew in his abilities and his confidence as prophet of God and as a man. Here are some of the greatest accomplishments. I think they're amazing. So Joseph received 84 revelations from Heavenly Father in the Kirtland era. 84! Can you believe that? He received revelations on how the church should be run, organizations of auxiliaries, the temple, and much more. And I'm actually going to do a whole podcast on that because they're really cool. And Heavenly Father taught the church through his prophet Joseph Smith about priesthood, specifically the Aaronic and the Melchizedek priesthoods were organized. And then the truths and organization of the primitive church were also restored with the 12 apostles and the quorum of the 70s. Both were organized during the Kirtland era. So I thought that was pretty awesome. Joseph brought more scriptures to light. He worked on translating the Bible, and the church also received the book of Moses and the book of Abraham. I can't believe all of this happened during Kirtland. Missionary work was changed and grew during the Kirtland era. With more revelations received, Joseph Smith went out as a missionary and sent other faithful members out to Canada and the British Isles, along with other parts of the United States. So there were missionaries going out before, but Heavenly Father of course, precept upon precept, right? So they weren't given everything all at once. And slowly, the church in Kirtland grew so fast. And so there was going to be more missionaries going out. Joseph Smith built a schoolhouse/printing office. The printing office was a big deal for spreading the gospel and communicating with members of the church because they didn't have the same ways we have to communicate today easily and quickly through the internet. So printing the Book of Mormon along with revealed revelations made a huge difference in the work of the Lord. As you can imagine, the only people who had the information of the revelations were the people there, unless they wrote it down over and over and over again. So printing was a big deal. So printing helped the members of the church and missionaries throughout the world get the access to what church headquarters were saying. Then building the Kirtland Temple, that could be classified as the biggest accomplishment of the Kirtland era. Heavenly Father needed a place to come here on earth. The teachings of the temple and the keys of the priesthood being restored to the earth has changed the whole world and generations of people. The Kirtland Temple was the biggest step in preparing for God's covenants and ordinances being given to his children again in this world. I love that. I love how much President Nelson has taught us about the temples and the importance of temples. And I think every single piece of this puzzle was so important. So of course you couldn't receive the temple covenants and information before having a prophet and apostles and missionaries, people to hear and know. So I love that it's step by step. And it seemed like in the Kirtland era, those steps were happening really fast. Again, I feel like those steps are happening really fast today with so much temple building. It was so slow for so long, and then boom, they're just coming faster and faster. And so it's so awesome. I love that we are able to have temples today. And it all started in Kirtland. So with all the revelations and blessings and progress in the church during the Kirtland era, there were powers of darkness working to stop the progress of the church. With persecutions, hardships, and apostasy to counter all the good that was being given to the members. Even with all the problems coming at the prophet Joseph Smith, Joseph still worked to accomplish what the Lord required of him. There was so much opposition too, which I feel like looking back makes so much sense, because it's not like the powers of darkness are going to be like, sure, bring all the light in. Like, they're going to probably work to stop it. And I love that Heavenly Father helps us through that and we can learn. And so even through the apostasy and problems, then the members and the faithful became stronger. So I love that. So the Kirtland era ended when the prophet left the area. Joseph was told by the Lord that his life was in danger, and if he stayed, he'd be killed. It was hard to leave the beautiful area where so much had been done and restored to the gospel of Jesus Christ. Satan worked hard to end the work of the Lord, but instead of the work just moved to Missouri is where they went next. And yeah, those Missouri years were pretty rough too. But I love the Kirtland years. It just seemed like I just can't believe all the miracles that were seen during the Kirtland years. And I am so excited to share all the things that I've learned, because those miracles are so powerful. Kirtland is amazing. Anyways, so I hope you learned something. Those are the Kirtland, Ohio accomplishments of Joseph Smith. So hopefully you learned something. Thanks. Thank you for listening to FHE on the road today. We hope you enjoyed what you've heard. Please like, subscribe, and share with anyone who'd be interested in these stories. Thanks.